Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. If you're catching this in short form, you have to go to the Prepared Mind at YouTube, and then from there you'll get further instructions on where to get information. But understand this, understand it. You will not escape what they are planning. We can't escape it. It is inevitable what they are doing. And I will explain this idea fully. You just have to go to the Prepared Mind on YouTube or on patreon.com. You cannot escape what they are doing. Either way, they are going to do what they are going to do in an attempt to win. This is about them winning, and you will not escape their efforts. But I don't want to be completely negative. That doesn't mean we're going to lose. It just means we're going to go through hell to get there. Folks, notice the color of shirt I'm wearing. This is a very important message. Again, I try and make everything have layers of meaning. Layers of meaning. And I can't speak openly or freely on all topics, but you can read between the lines. What I'm discussing here is inevitable, but the outcome is not certain. Okay, people are now fighting back. People are now objecting to what's going on. People are now refusing. For example, people that are knocking door to door to help people make a more informed decision, that failed. We're not hearing about it anymore because it failed. Nobody wants to hear from the most ignorant people on the planet about how they're doing it wrong. Nobody cares. Nobody's listening. It was a failed attempt. They're continuing to push. Push, push, push. They're pushing on everybody. Now, this is the goal. Never mind what's happening. This is their goal. Are you ready? Georgia Guidestones. Population control. Population reduction. Euthanasia. Abortion. Sterilization programs. All of these are designed to create a population that is manageable for them. Enough human resources to satisfy their needs and their requirements, those of the elites, whether we're talking about the political elites, the corporate elites, the big tech elites, the effete aristocratic elites. They're all cut from the same cloth. They all have the same agenda, and that agenda is to reduce the population. So how do they go about doing it? Well, I would like you to imagine a magic elixir that causes people to become sterile. Imagine that. And then it's distributed to people and they become sterile. In a generation, there will be massive population reductions. Imagine a magic elixir that they could give people to drink. And this magic elixir would slowly cause them to expire. Imagine a magic elixir that would make you age from 20 to 80 in 2 years. Meaning you took the magic elixir and you aged super fast. And in 2 years you were dead. What effect would that cause? That effect would cause the population to drop. There would be no population replacement. Lowered population. Again, Georgia Guidestones, euthanasia, population control, population reduction. They're doing it right now, and you cannot escape their efforts. You can escape the effect for yourself personally. It's gotten to be this much of a nightmare, folks. Now, over on Patreon, if you're there, good. If you're not, Patreon Geographic.com. Go on there, search The Prepared Mind, $2 a month. We are putting up videos that are hosted on other sites, not my videos, other people's videos, doctors, pathologists, scientists who actually know what the hell they're talking about. They're talking about the effect this is going to have, this magic elixir. And they're speaking openly and honestly about it. Here, I can't talk about reality. All I can do is talk about make-believe and fantasy books on YouTube. Right? Now, if you refuse the magic elixir, they're still going to work for their system. This is why I'm saying you cannot escape their efforts. That doesn't mean you will succumb to their efforts. It doesn't mean that humanity will fail. It just means there's going to be one hell of a price to pay. Now, if you're a spiritual, religious person, you can pray. Right? If you're an agnostic, you can think about causes in the universe. If you're just a regular person and you don't really give two shakes of a tail feather, you're still going to have to deal with reality. It's just how you deal with it psychologically, mentally, because it's going to happen. There is going to be violence visited upon people. In Australia, they have their special camps they're building right now, where if you don't take their golden ticket to freedom, they will put you in a camp. That is coming in Australia. Now, when Hitler did this sort of thing, we're going to put you in a special camp because you are a threat. You need to be put there for your protection and our protection. Everyone thought it was a fine idea, I'm sure, except for the people who realized when they got to these camps that they're little prisons. They're not it's not about protection, folks. This is about population reduction, population control, population management, authoritarian political control and management of the people. The less people they have to worry about, the more easily they'll be able to focus their control on who is left alive. Now, I'm not ranting, I'm not raving. I'm talking about a new book that's being written right now. It's the book of the future. They have talked about these type of special camps in America, whether they're deprogramming camps or re-education camps, whether they're Trump camps, concentration camps, whether they want to call them gulag, right? Or they're for political dissidents, people who refuse to accept the regime's demands. How about people who are so archaic that they believe they have a right to freedom, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? There's an archaic thought, meaning it's ancient. Yeah, it's an ancient thought, and it's a universal thought that people want that. Ultimately, folks, they're going to turn the people loose on each other. They've established a population of Karens who see someone they don't like if they don't have a face diaper, if they're not social distancing, if they're out in public when they should not be. They see them as the enemy. They see them as the risk, as the threat. They see them. Now, down in free states and free zones, right now I'm in Uman's garage. It's very late, but I couldn't sleep. But, you know, down in the southern states, I'm going to get back there soon enough. Don't worry, I had to make a quick trip. Down in the southern states, they're much more free. People are much more aware of what's going on because of their cognitive abilities, their ability to think, to extrapolate, to see through bullshit. They've decided, one, they don't want to participate in these lunatic systems of control and government domination, and so they have migrated to the south to join other free people. Or they've migrated out of the cities into county areas where there are free people. Either or, people are moving to free people districts. We're segregating. The country is segregating. It has been divided. It is now us and them. And there's a significant percentage of the population that has decided to take the magic elixir. And many, many authorities are saying, not good. You know, this is a horror movie, and nobody is going to be able to get out of it alive. How many zombie movies have there been? Predictive programming. How many warnings have we been given over 3-4 decades about population control? How long have the eugenicists been around? Folks, back into the 1800s. Remember that guy who said, we got a new world order and it will happen? You know, that guy, George H.W. Bush père. Yeah, he was letting us know they're going to push for it. And now they are pushing and they cannot stop. They have to go full speed and we cannot escape. You either do as they say and they get the desired result, or you don't do as they say and they're going to get the desired result, because there will be conflict. The battle is going to be inside of you, or it's going to be without. I prefer without, because the battle inside is one that people aren't going to fare well with. The battle on the outside, we have a chance, folks. This is getting to the point now where I see more clearly, because of what is being done in Australia, because of what is being announced here in the United States. They will not back off. They will not back off. They will not stop. Once they've made a decision to allow for bad things to happen, they're not changing their minds. They don't accept responsibility. The same way President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, the military, the Pentagon, not the real people, folks, the brass up at the top of the Pentagon. They've abandoned Americans in Afghanistan. They haven't changed their mind. They just said, hey, you've got so much time to get out, and I'll cover that. You know, Lloyd Austin, absolutely astonishing what this guy has said. Secretary of Defense. You know, if you don't get out of there, farewell, right? You cannot escape what is coming, but you have a choice. I have a choice. We have a choice about how we are going to live, and we have a say in how we're going to die. I choose not to die today or in 6 months or in 2 years. I choose to live. That is my choice. Now, the consequences of that choice could have some very dangerous results. We all have to make a choice. And people now are standing up and fighting. They're going and speaking very loudly, very clearly, and giving their opinion to political bodies at the local level. I have some great videos on Patriot for that we've linked to. People are standing up and saying no more. But the consequences, the decision has been made to take this all the way, up to and including, folks, the use of police, and they will try to use military personnel, be they National Guard or active duty service members. At some point, I believe they're going to try to use them to force their will upon the people. Folks, they're going to blame you for the problems they're having with their health. They're going to blame you. It's your fault because you would not comply with their demands. Remember, their demand gets them what they want. Population control, population reduction, euthanasia, whatever you want to call it. They're going to Georgia Guidestone us. They're going to drop the Guidestone on everybody. It's done. They've started the process. See, another way that I'm looking at this is you don't build up for a conflict as a nation. You don't send your military into enemy territory. You don't start fighting unless you're serious about many things. Starting the mission, supporting it, and going all the way. At least that's how people used to think when it came to conflict. Yeah, it goes back and forth, but you're in the battle zone. Folks, we're in the battle zone right now. It's just the weapons being used don't make a lot of noise, but there is a weaponized thing out there that is causing damage, and it's being noted. This, right? This is your greatest tool, the prepared mind. You can be prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. Those are your assets that are going to help you defend yourself. I did not think years and years ago that the government would be able to turn the population against itself to the extent that it has and has done in the last 18 months. Because those who succumb to fear become a useful ally against those they're told to be fearful of. It's been a long night. I want you guys to just think about my statement. We cannot escape what they're trying to do, but you can survive what they're trying to do. You can live through what they're trying to do. We can stop them from completing their task, but they will not give up. It's coming. Folks, Godspeed. Don't give up your faith. Understand what's coming is going to be much worse. The consequences for things are becoming much worse. The anger and hatred towards you for being free are much worse. When they say the ticket to freedom is to hand over your freedoms, you know there's a problem. And that's what they're saying, folks. People who drink the Kool-Aid, the magic elixir of Kool-Aid, the people that drink the Kool-Aid say that their freedoms, they're not being allowed to be free because you haven't done what they want. You are being pronounced the enemy. You are being given the blame. It has nothing to do with facts. It has nothing to do with truth. And like many other topics, it has nothing to do with science. It's absolutely politicized, 100%. We're in the middle of one of it is the single biggest psychological operation in the history of humanity, involving all 8 billion people on the planet. Everyone is being lied to, used, manipulated, and weaponized. They don't need nuclear weapons, folks. Not when they have, well, smart bombs, for lack of a better term or expression, but they're at least intelligent enough to guide themselves to create more destruction. I'm talking about individuals who have abandoned their own mind and accepted a fiction, a story, a great deception. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Help people wake up. Semper Fi. Godspeed.